Hi everyone, and welcome to Sports Watch. And if you like the content, please press the bell icon for further notifications and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. India have won the T20 World Cup in the Caribbean by 7 runs. The wait for an ICC trophy is finally over. It has been 17 years since India last won the T20 World Cup. Time and again they have come close and the moment had slipped out of their grasp. But not this time. This time they turned the tables and snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. South Africa, who were playing their first World Cup final, once again choked at the end. It was their final to lose. Heinrich Klaasen was almost single-handedly taking the game away from India with some phenomenal ball striking. And they required 26 of 24 balls with 6 wickets in hand. India looked dead and buried with Klaasen Miller at the crease. But then came the Houdini act. A slight disruption in play disrupted Klaasen's rhythm and Pandya struck right after. Klaasen was caught behind. India started to believe. Still the odds were not in their favour. But belief can move mountains. And when you have a champion bowler like Jasprit Bumrah, even the impossible is possible. In the 17th over, he gave away just 2 runs and needed 1 delivery to get rid of Marco Jansen. Clean bowled. The equation was down to 20 of 12. Still, with David Miller at the crease, the game was in South Africa's grasp. And Arshdeep Singh stepped up to the occasion. He has picked the most wickets for India in the tournament and has also bowled well at the death. And the South African tail hadn't been tested all tournament. Arshdeep gave away only 4 runs. So, it was 16 needed of the last over. India had fought back magnificently. In other situations, they may have collapsed, but adversities had made them stronger. Hardik Pandya had the ball in his hand, and with it the hopes of 1 billion people. David Miller, his former teammate at Gujarat Titans, stood opposite him. The tensions were rising. Pandya bowled a wide full toss. Miller connected, not perfectly for the most part, but the ball seemed destined to go over the ropes. Out came Surya Kumar Yadav running from long off and clinched the ball from the air. First to take the catch, then to maintain his balance and make sure it doesn't touch the boundary cushion, and throw the ball up in the air and come back in to complete the catch. All this within the blink of an eye. It was the greatest catch under pressure in Indian cricket history. That will become a part of Indian cricket folklore forever. It was peak athleticism from Sky, and basically that was the World Cup. Missed that catch and it would have been all over. With 15 needed of 5, India now had the upper hand. It was the South African bowlers now. Rohit Sharma could feel his hands on the trophy. Even though Rabada edged a boundary, India still had control. They needed to do the basics right and Hardik delivered. Rabada was caught at long off and Pandya gave away just 1 run of the final ball. India had won. They had become the first team in T20 cricket history to win the World Cup unbeaten. Rohit Sharma punched the ground in delight. He wasn't going to be denied anymore. The heartbreak in Ahmedabad was replaced by the pure joy at Barbados. It was Rohit's captaincy and aggressive leadership that led India to the finals in both the 50 over and 20 over World Cups. The selfless batting from him had garnered praise from one and all. But it still needed a World Cup trophy at the end to validate all that effort. It couldn't have happened to a more deserving player than Rohit. Virat Kohli too would have finished his career without a T20 World Cup trophy. The greatest run getter, the highest run getter in the 50 over World Cup. Kohli wasn't up to his best in this one. His role had been changed to an opener, and for the most part he had struggled. Critics were quick to pounce on him, but Rohit and the team never lost faith in their greatest match winner. In the semis, Rohit had said something to the extent that Virat might be saving something spectacular for the finals. And he was right. 3 boundaries in the first over of Marco Jansen and the flow was back. The India lost quick wickets and needed to grasp an innings and put together a partnership, and Virat Kohli was the man. He batted through. His strike rate was slow because he wanted India to get to a decent total and not to lose wickets. He let others do the hitting. Akshar Patel was a revelation in the final. Sent up the order after India lost quick wickets, he batted brilliantly with Kohli and took the attack to the South African bowling. He hit 4 sixes and India got the momentum back. Kohli was starting to get back in the groove. His 76 of 59 in the finals once again showed that he is the man for the occasion. On the biggest stage, he led India to a total of 176 when at one point of time it looked like that they weren't going close to 160. Virat Kohli took the Man of the Match award for his efforts. He also announced his retirement from T20 cricket following his victory. He said it was going to be his last match irrespective of whether they won or lost. It was a sad day for Indian cricket, as Rohit Sharma too declared in the press conference after the match that he was also retiring from T20 cricket. Everything good thing has to come to an end, and no one could have scripted it better. The moment between Virat and Rohit at the end is the most wholesome moment in Indian cricket history. Both stalwarts of the game who had taken Indian cricket to the highest of highs. It would have been a shame if they had ended their careers without a World Cup at the end of it. Tears of joy after 15 years of international cricket was a moment to cherish. And Jasprit Bumrah won the player of the tournament. He was head and shoulders above the rest. In a T20 game where the ball disappears across the fence, Bumrah conceded runs at an average of 4.15. It was unparalleled. The level of skill that the man has is unfathomable. He is perhaps the greatest all-format bowler in his era. The greatest in T20 for sure. No one even comes remotely close. Throughout this tournament, he has had a stranglehold against every opposition that he has bowled against. People talk about Virat, people talk about Rohit, but they should not talk, or rather forget to talk about Jasprit Bumrah. He is the greatest fast bowler that India has ever produced, and still he isn't halfway through his career. More achievements are destined to come his way for sure. It was a good way for Rahul Dravid to sign off as well. This was going to be his last match as the coach of the Indian cricket team, and to win the World Cup that has eluded him even in his career as a player will be the icing on the cake. Virat, Rohit and Dravid, the trio that took Indian cricket to the highest of highs, will be remembered forever. India are now the world champions, and Rohit and Virat, the two legends of Indian cricket, can finally retire in peace. It is a great moment for Indian cricket and something Indian fans might never forget. It's up to the next generation now to carry on the flag of India. Let me know in the comment section what you feel. And if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.